Fire away.
Coach, leading up to this game, past couple of months, how difficult have they been for you and your family?
Not very. I mean, we're excited to play football. It's a little different situation when you come back and play against, so many of these coaches. I mean, they're like brothers to us, and that's probably been the hardest. I think, last year, the year before, we had great communication back and forth, and probably about 8 months ago, the communication stopped. So, it's not what we're. Hey, hats off to Broncos. Awesome college environment. They got a really good team. Play very hard, well coached, and hats off to them.
What did you think of your reception tonight?
Oh yeah, people are awesome. I appreciate them, and it's a great place to play college football.
What made it so tough?
Early impressions of Jake Browning.
Yeah.
Very good in the first half.
Yeah, this is a really hard environment to throw anybody into first time, let alone a freshman. But I thought he did some good things. I know there's a lot of little things that he's going to tweak right away to help him out. Really need to put this tape on to see, how he worked in the pocket. I thought he got out of there a couple times and threw balls away that we had nothing, which was good. He ran a couple times, and I think he can run even a little bit more. But I think he'll just, he and we will continue to progress and get better.
Considering how feeling this has been like at halftime, you have a chance to tie it down late.
Yeah.
How encouraging is that?
Well, I think our defense, again, I thought Boise ran the ball really well, kept us on our heels. Our defense kind of swelled up when they needed to. Again, when one side is not doing anything, that puts a lot of pressure on the other side. So our defense hung in there well. I thought our guys on offense settled down a little bit better in the second half. And, we played fairly well on special teams to help us out. But we got to be able to run the ball a little bit, and not even a little bit, a lot. And that's too much pressure on everybody when we can't run the ball.
Did you think you'd be able to run it better?
Yeah, I did. Knowing how good their defense is, I still thought we'd be able to run it better than we did. We didn't run it, worth anything tonight.
What did make it so tough to get that going tonight?
Well, we'll have to put the tape on. A lot of guys in the blue jerseys, I'm sure, but it's also some of our new guys calming down, and we never really even could get into a rhythm in the first half to stay on the field long enough to, and the run game's about rhythm, and so we got to stay on the field longer to get that going.
How difficult was it going up against a staff and a coaching staff and a head coach and Coach Harsin that you know so well?
Well, I mean, like I said, once the game starts, you're just trying to do the best you can do, and it's a good team.
Can you talk about your defense in the second half? What'd you make adjustments in the second half, because they played so much better?
I just think they settled down and we tackled better. I was worried about that in the first half. I think you always are, especially against a good, experienced offensive line. And I thought their backs ran hard. They were kind of running through some of our arm tackles, and I thought we tackled better in the second half. Started to get a little momentum. As soon as anything gets sparked, a special team player offense, I think it helps the defense out, just not feeling like they're helpless. And so that helps us out a little bit.
With all the extra stuff that happened led up to this game, you coming back, is it nice to just kind of get this out of the way and move forward now?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a different game. I don't think many people are in this situation. But again, I don't want to minimize. I mean, we only get so many of these games, and this is a really good team that we played. We had a chance, and so I think that's really frustrating that we couldn't do a little bit more.
What thought was it for you to be on the visitor sideline as opposed to the home sideline?
Yeah, that felt kind of weird. I stood over there once during a scrimmage. Other than that, it felt pretty weird.
Do you have to say anything to Van Winkle with that situation?
Yeah, that's not on him. He had a little breeze in his face. It was right there. I thought he was going to make it. I'll say something to him that, hey, keep doing what you're doing. I mean, that was a long, tough field goal.
What was the thought going in afterwards? Did you tell him that you were encouraged, Jake?
I haven't even talked to him yet. Jake he's a grinder. He'll be in there tomorrow morning and watching the thing and, getting better. And, he's got a pretty calm demeanor.
And you're not surprised if he's really disappointed?
Oh, absolutely. Our whole team is. I mean, we expect to win, but we got to get better. Everybody we play is really good. And so we got to have some urgency to get better in a hurry.
What was the thought with how you used KJ?
Well, we have a little bit of package for he/Jeff. Looks like he's just going there and handing off, but there's some read type stuff. There's also may change the play up there, and so we want to keep all those guys involved.
Sounded like Jeff was maybe a little dinged up.
Jeff, he's been a little bit dinged up for the last week or so. Yeah, but he'll be okay.
How much did that factor into the whole quarterback picture?
No, we were, not a ton. We want to get Jeff going. We want to get him involved. There's no question about it. And we got to use all the weapons that we have.
Special teams, you blocked an extra point. You had great returns.
Yeah.
And, it just seemed like special teams really worked out and turned the tide for you.
Yeah, if we didn't have that, we'd really be struggling. But we spent a lot of time on them. I think the kids buy into them. I think they'll continue to buy in, getting a few things done. Because all those plays were huge. And that kept us in the game.
Looked like you maybe wanted Jake to wait a little longer before he spiked the ball.
I did. I wanted him to look over and just run it down there. And, again, just a bunch of little things. It wasn't game changing or game costing, but there's just some management things we got to work through.
What do you like about Jake, and how he won the job as a true freshman? I mean, all those. What are the things and ingredients that you really are impressed with?
Yeah, I think he's got a good demeanor about him. He's an accurate thrower. He's got a pretty good pocket presence. He really understands football. It's just all those things. We got two other good quarterbacks too, and so it was hard figuring out who we were going to go with. And those guys are going to continue to keep competing.
How do they support each other? They support each other pretty well.
They're great kids. They do a great job.
Talked to a couple of Boise players after the game. Just how important was it for you to seek them out, and can you share anything you said?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could talk to all those guys a little bit longer. They're great kids, and they're in good hands, and they're going to do some good things this year.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.